I'm going to show you how to play scales, how to understand the circle of fifths, which of course is essential for any kind of theoretical understanding of how scales work, sharps and flats, how we add a sharp, how we add a flat, and the order of sharps and flats. And I'm going to show you this wonderful way of doing it, which somebody showed me many years ago, and I've forgotten who it was, so I can't credit them with it. But what we do is we drop the thumb out of the story here, so the thumbs can go on holiday. And what I'm going to do is start off with the key of the scale of C, and I'm just going to put my second, third, fourth and fifth fingers on the first tetrachord, in other words the first four notes of the scale, and then I'm going to put my right hand similarly 2, 3, 4, 5 on the second tetrachord. So now I've got what I call a scale chord. Doesn't sound so great, but it's that huge cluster. That's the C major scale. Now what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go in the sharp direction. In other words, C major leads to G major, one sharp leads to D major, two sharps, A. We all know our circle of fifths, or we should. So what I'm going to do now, in order to create this little exercise, I'm going to remove my left hand, and look, lo and behold, there's the first tetrachord of my G major scale. So I just now transfer so that this hand is taking the tetrachord, and I put another tetrachord at the top. Now my sharp is going to be under the fourth finger of my right hand. Do you see how that works? Now let me bring that down an octave, because I'm in danger of getting too high here. Now let me just do the same trick again. So I remove this hand, and I let the left hand take the tetrachord, and lo and behold we have the first tetrachord of the scale of D major, and my new sharp is going to be under the fourth finger of my right hand. Now I've got the scale of D, and I can play my scale of D. So for those of you who are learning scales for the first time, this is a very good way of doing it. 4 fingers in this hand, 4 fingers in this hand. And we can play perfectly legato like this. We can get a sense of the geography of the scale. There's the scale chord. Now let me follow on that process again. Now you've got to remember the sharps that you have had previously. So I've got an F sharp from before, but my new sharp is going to be under, you've guessed it, the fourth finger of my right hand. And there's the scale of A major. Now because I'm getting too high, let me bring that down here. And I'm going to follow that process through, remembering the sharps that I had before. So I've already had a C sharp, but my new sharp, the D sharp, is under the fourth finger of my right hand. Let me carry on with that. Here's B major. I bring it down, and I do one more. Now here's where you may think, well that's not a sharp. It is, it's an E sharp, right? You just think of your theory for a minute. F, G, A, B, C, D, E. That has to be some sort of E, can't be an F, because that's my F. So E sharp. It happens to be a white key, but it's a sharp. So then if I carried on one further, I get to C sharp major, which is where we stop with our sharps. Now, it's kind of magic, isn't it, this? It's a very good way of learning all the scales together. So what I'm going to do now is to go in the flat direction, I just reverse it. Instead of removing my left hand, I remove my right hand and take the tetrachord with my right hand. The flat is going to be under the second finger of my left hand. Just remember that. So when I want to get to the next one down, there's F major. I let my right hand take over this tetrachord. Remembering that I have to retain previous flats, that's really important. My new flat is going to be under the second finger of my left hand. And so we go on. I think you've probably now got the idea of how this works. So it's a very neat way of learning how the circle of fifths works practically. And I hope you enjoy doing it.